Welcome back to Talk with the Sisters. We have Jordan Smallwood, we have Miss Shannon Mason, and we have Jean Mason, her
sexy husband.
Sexy husband.
I knew it was coming. Oh, Lord, y'all get started.
So we want to go back to the Palace experience, and we also want you to talk to us about the sports team that you have coming up.
The sports team is Young Kings. You know, we're all just creating this AAU basketball team right now. My brothers play basketball, and I wanted to get involved with that. You know, I know everybody asks about, you play football, so why basketball? Well, it's because of my brothers, and I just wanted to be the older brother to help out. And so just having the weight of the name of the NFL and the team, I think that would be a good opportunity to, to tell kids about my story and everything. And it's just another way to motivate kids, just show them that even pro athletes can come down to the level they're at right now and still bring them back up. So we wanted to create that and have this basketball team grow. And then just teaching the techniques and fundamentals of, basketball, but also about life at the end of it and how to be a great athlete on and off the field.
Okay. Now, is it just for boys, or can girls join in?
It's boys and girls.
Okay.
We're trying to keep it, where everybody can have a good time and have fun. Because the main thing is the character. So
yes.
Once we get the character going and everything rolling, that's how you create great men and women in the world.
Okay.
So Young Kings is basically it's divided up in two. So right now we are launching the boys. Coach G is our head coach of Young Kings, which you guys will get a chance to meet today. And it's like he said, it's character building. So it's something. You have your AAU basketball, and then you have your mom and pops kind of coaches, and the what do they call them? Team moms. Well, we decided to do more of an organizational. Because what we wanted to do is show them at a young age. It's kind of like we brought the NBA and collegiate down to this level. So we're running it just like if they were going to go to a collegiate level. It's an easy transition.
Okay.
Because what we're finding out is a lot of these athletes, by the time they get to collegiate and college and high professional, they're acting up. So we're going, if we can grab them here now, then we can start to turn the face of sports, starting with them right here.
Okay.
So media training, they have to do interviews. I mean, they have to carry themselves, character building, everything at this level. So by the time they get to this level, it's just a smooth transition. So that's kind of how we sat down and decided to form Young Kings.
That is so awesome. That is great.
Yeah. So I want to switch over to I want to do a little switch here. Oh yes, brother, you next. We want to talk to you about your Palace experience. This is Shannon's husband, and we want to hear your Palace experience.
Actually, my Palace experience begins with them when I met Shannon here in Dallas. My cousin actually introduced me to Shannon, and I met her. She had on a hair bonnet, big pajamas, and a big shirt, and no makeup. And I thought,
they snuck him in on me.
My cousin said, "I want you to meet somebody, because I know you like light-skinned women." And I said, "Yeah, because you know I do." And so they introduced me to her, and I saw her. I walked in the house, and she didn't have no furniture. They just got there, and I sat against the wall, and I just looked at her, just kept watching her, and I thought, But I was living in Oklahoma at the time.
You're from Oklahoma?
Yeah, I was in Oklahoma, but I was coming down every weekend to play for Dr. Mike Murdoch. I was a drummer for Dr. Mike Murdoch for a couple of years. And so when I met her, I guess that's when my Palace experience began.
Wow.
Because the tragedy that I had gone through, divorce after 23, 24 years, and businesses and houses and everything, children, everything was gone. So for a man at 50 years old, that was a pit.
Yes. Yes.
Because to start over at 50 years old when you think you're going to retire is scary.
Wow.
So when I met her, I saw this thing ain't over.
Yeah.
And when I felt that it wasn't over, and I asked her, I said, "Girl, won't you give me your number?" You know? I said because I got a business. She had a business. She was an entrepreneur doing business and managing, helping companies, and I wanted to start my own business. So I really did. And so she gave me a card.
That was that open door.
No, she gave me her card, But when I would call her, I say, "Hey, can you help me with this?" "Yeah, I can. Thank you, so see ya." And she'd hang up, and I'd be like, "Dang." So I would just kept trying. She kept blowing me off. Yeah. So finally, I said, "Cool." And my cousin said, "Hey, meet up. Let's talk." And so our first date. First date, I took it to Olive Garden, and all she talked about was the Lord, Jesus Christ coming, and the kingdom of heaven. And I in the kingdom of heaven, and Jesus in the kingdom of heaven, and I said, "Lord, I'm suffering violence, but I know the violent gonna take it by force."
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
So on that date, I thought we was done, and I ain't fool with her no more because she was on the kingdom of heaven, and I couldn't comprehend it at the time. I couldn't comprehend it. So I ended up taking it on the second date. The Lord blessed, and I told her I wanted to meet my girlfriend. I had a chick. I said, "I got this side chick, and I ain't gonna be I'm not giving her up." And matter of fact, she just texted and said she wants you to come by and meet. She want to meet. And Shannon threw her arms on her shoulder and leaned up against the car door, and then she threw her leg over and leaned over on the other side. She's like, "You got a side chick?" And I do. So we ain't gonna argue over it. So when I pulled up the Chick-fil-A, she just fell out laughing. She said, "Boy, you crazy."
Chick-fil-A talking about she fed me for breakfast, lunch, and dinner when I was in my pit.
But you know what? You said something just a minute ago. You say when you thought it was over at 50.
Yeah.
Baby, you touch me. Because sometimes when you get to a certain age and you think that God didn't forget, hey, wait a minute, God, where you at? I'm waiting on my Boaz or my small wood, or come on, somebody.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm waiting to come up out of this pit. But you say God bless you with your queen.
When on my 50th birthday, 2 weeks before my 50th birthday, I had a dream. I was sleeping on the couch, and I had a dream that God stood on the left, hovered, and there was a line, women as long as the eye could see. And he said, "Choose which one you want. You want their love, and they'll bring you their best gift." I'll never forget he said that. He said, "Or do you want mine?" And I said, "Their best gift?" He said, "Their best gift." He said, "All of them." I said, "I want yours." And after that, that's when I met Shannon. And the love of God through Shannon has altered my life in such a way that the changes that have been made have been so drastic that my daughter that you met, Deshawn, I didn't raise her. But you would know that because of the relationship that Shannon and I, or she has formed. And her love is so overwhelming sometimes, how she does with her children, that it's actually overflowed onto mine.
But that's what I'm saying to you. When you, America, are you single?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I asked you that for a reason. Because when God bless you with a wife, you want those characteristics.
Of your
You don't
mother.
want your mama to be your wife. You feel me? But you want that
Characteristics.
love.
Some
You
of the
understand?
characteristics.
Because you know what real love is all about. You don't want that.
Artificial.
Wait a minute. This is Talk with the Sisters, okay? That booty shaking love. You feel me? That artificial. I'm just being real because you know what? Where God is taking you, you're gonna have a lot of it come to you.
Yes.
My.
And you feel me? You know what I'm saying? It's happening now, right?
No.
It ain't happening yet, but baby, it's getting ready to. Because once they see you on that football field and you doing your little dance, giving God doing this and that, them girls gonna be like, yeah. You feel me? But you're learning right now. You in a
looks like.
That's right. You're in a process of learning right now. Not just you, but your brothers, even your daughters. You know, even you guys have come together. You guys have took something that was broken and you put it together. And the basis of it being together is that love.
Yeah.
And that is so amazing because you get so many blended families. One is here and one is there, and the father trying to make it all mix together. But if you don't have that true love,
Yeah.
what you spoke of, and this is so good.
Yeah.
I mean, we think we come in here talk about this. This ain't nothing.
No,
It's love.
that's just the tip of the iceberg of where God is taking the whole family.
Yes.
It's not just one person, but it's the whole family.
Yes.
God is raising you up. And as he raised you up, your light is shining so others can follow in that footstep.
Yeah.
When we walked through this door, I watched how God took some part of your past. You know our producer. Come on, you welcome
Yeah.
him like, come on, brother. You know
Yeah.
that same love.
Love. Yeah.
Yeah.
That same love.
Yeah.
It is in order to you're talking. You know, he had 7. I have 5, and to blend them together, it is love. There's we when we got married, there's no step in family because see at the wedding, we had all 12 of the children's pictures because everybody couldn't make it, and so we zigzagged. In other words, you didn't know who's who. If you came and didn't know us, you didn't know which one was mine and which one was his. And we had them down the aisle for me to walk. And no, we had them on the side and down the aisle, I believe. We had posters. But anyway, the point is, there's no step in family. And so when I came into this, it was like, they're my children too.
Yes.
You know? Even though the oldest is 32 and I'm 46 still, to me, that's my daughter, that's my child, you know, and he did the same thing with mine. So, and it's amazing. It's amazing.
She respects her
Yeah.
as mom because my wife makes her feel loved. Though my wife doesn't, pressure that, I kind of do because, she's such a loving person.
Yes, she
so I
is.
just want my children to just honor the position, not necessarily, the person, because my daughters and them they lost their mother at a young age. She was raped and killed.
Wow.
And so my daughter's been through some traumatic stuff as well. So for my wife to love her to a point where my daughter would even consider not necessarily replacing her mom,
Right.
but being an additional mother, that blessed me.
What it did was it filled the void that she had missing in her life. Shannon filled that void. Shannon showed her the love that she needed as a mother figure in her life that had been missing all of those years. And now she feels love that she loves her like she's her own mother now.
Yeah, she do.
Yeah.
I heard you call. What you called him?
Pops.
Pops. Yes.
Yeah, that's what we do around here.
What you say? Let me tell you, I just adopted 3 kids.
Oh, nice.
And I adopted 2 kids.
When I tell you, I feel like they came out of my own womb.
Yes.
And that's
God.
That's God. That's God. That is all God. Yeah.
Although I know the mother, I know the dad, They're my children.
I can't explain it.
They're my children.
Yeah.
And I'm like you. They're
My, you get defensive.
and I'm like one of them hens, girl. You feel
Yeah,
me?
yeah.
So
And I was going to say this, I love how and it was you get nervous when they all met, and you're like, okay, we're going to see who's going to be try to be, I'm the alpha dog. They get along so well, you wouldn't know at all. To him, it was like Jordan, even though he was the oldest, and then when Deshaun came along, he respected that she was the oldest. So it was like, I'm going to my older sister's house, and that's my older sister, and I just watched that because he didn't do that. I'm the oldest, right, on this side, and we gonna clash. It was like, whew, I'm glad somebody else older than me, and he just, and that's what it is. And so it was to the point where she lived in Colorado till she moved here. With us.
What?
She moved here with us. So with that, we have 2 grandchildren. She has 2 children. So I have a 14-year-old grandchild, 15, and a granddaughter who just turned 10. And so it's funny when you go into stores and you hear them say, Grandma, and everybody looking at you like, what? And I'm like, yeah. And I respond to it because it's like, that's how I treat them. They're my grandchildren.
Yes.
So the blending has been amazing.
So London is not the only one.
Not
the only one.
So
she's the third one then, huh?
Yes,
Oh,
fourth.
So
Right.
the story is unfolding. It's unfolding.
Yes,
so you know what? We want to thank everybody for watching Talk with the Sisters. Please come back and join us again.
Welcome back to Talk with the Sisters. I'm Minister Sharon Lee.
I'm Minister Bridget Lee.
And we are the sisters. We are also here with the Mason and Smallwood family. I'm just going to say Mason family because you are all one blended family. Amen?
Amen.
Okay, and we want to introduce their children. We're going to let Dad introduce their children to us on today's taping.
Up first, we have Danielle Wilson, Jaden Smallwood, Julian Smallwood, Christopher Smallwood, Christian Smallwood, Deshaun Mason, Jordan Smallwood. And we are the Mason family.
All right. I like it.
You know what? I see this is a beautiful connection.
Yes.
I'm riding your coattail, honey. I don't want no 12 children, but I'm next.
Close to it.
I'm almost there. I got 8, baby. 8. I don't want no more children. I don't want no more. But you guys are don't look at me like
beautiful
that, baby.
family.
I got 8 children. That's what I say. Good God Almighty, I don't know where they all come from, but I got them.
Got them.
I got it, and I love them just like you love yours.
Yes.
Love them.
You know what? I just was telling you guys that I adopted 3 kids. That's the best thing about my life. You know, my pit experience, I'm in my palace experience. When I sign those papers and sit before that judge and say, I'm going to be their mother and I'm going to raise these children in a God-fearing home, that's my palace experience. That's my start. I'm just at the door of the palace.
That's right.
But when I walk in, I'm going to walk in with me a husband on my side.
Yes.
You feel me? Come on, that's what I'm talking, baby. You got that's my amen. Come on over here, y'all.
Amen.
But we just wanted everybody to meet the family, to see the love of God in this family. How no matter what your past may have been, God can take that past and bring it together and make you have your palace experience too. Don't give up. Don't give in. Because love is the foundation, as you can see it here. With the smiles on their face and their beautiful home, love is the foundation.
That's right.
And I just, I love your testimony. I love what God is doing in you guys' life. And who got the basketball core? Who's core?
Right here. Julian. Core.
Okay.
You call the lines. He's football.
Football.
But it's core, yeah.
It's core. Where the basketball?
Right here.
All right.
Look at Miss Shovel.
What else we got?
And we got basketball.
Basketball.
Right here.
Okay,
Twins.
that's
The twins.
Okay.
And we got entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur.
So I was just going to say something to it.
Yeah, entrepreneur.
Come on, what you want to do, baby?
Most likely event planning.
Event planning.
Okay.
Yeah.
We might have to get in contact with you.
Yes.
We got cybersecurity.
Cyber. Okay.
Graduate of OU.
All right.
Oh, you? All right now. So you know what? Multi-talented family that's going to put together. You got a foundation, right?
Evolve, we're actually planning on the foundation right
I
now.
have a foundation though.
Yes, he does. Still I Rise is a foundation that he has that deals with men that's been through domestic violence.
What you say?
Yes.
That was my pit.
Still.
I rise.
Still I Rise.
Well,
Wow.
we're gonna let the kids sit down. We want to hear more about Still I Rise. Yeah, we want to hear more about your foundation.
Yeah.
We want you to tell us what men can do to rise.
That's right.
Because you know what, it's got a lot of men that's down there that think that they can't rise. But you're a testimony to say that they can.
Yeah, that's right.
Still,
Still I Rise.
I rise. We'll be right back with Talk with the Sisters.
Welcome back to Talk with the Sisters. I'm Minister Sharon Lee.
I'm Minister Bridget Lee. and
We are the sisters. We're talking again with Shannon Mason and Jean Mason.
We want to talk to you about Still
I
Go ahead,
rise.
explain it.
Yeah, tell us about your foundation.
Still I Rise is a foundation for men who have gone through domestic violence.
Yeah.
Oftentimes our system is made up to help women who go through domestic violence, but our system dropped our men, forgot us. Women not only have abused men and left them in some pitfall experiences, but also the system. Many times, if a man and woman get into it, say if a man defends himself or restrains a woman, and then he's arrested. Well, when he's arrested, he goes into a system where they will abuse it. They will continue the abuse just on a far greater level. But he at home, he's getting yelled at, he's getting cursed out, he's getting spit up on, he's getting slapped, he's getting kicked. Then when the police shows up, he goes to jail and he gets yelled at, beat up on, raped. So it goes from horror to horrific.
Yes.
Wow.
And so the man is continuing to be wounded. And there's no place to be, for him to be repaired. And so we're trying to develop a place and a curriculum that will repair. God told me years ago that He would use me to mend the broken. I had no idea it would be like this.
Yes. Yes.
But I've had men on countless times. Men, 6 feet. I got a buddy who's 6 feet 8 inches tall.
Yeah. 6. Yeah.
But he
6.
called me and said, "Gene, this woman, I'm hurting. What shall I do?" We had a neighbor, bodybuilder,
Yep. Witnessed it
Huge.
for myself. That's right.
huge guy. "Gene, my wife, she's saying she's hurting. She's hurting me. What do I do? How do I respond?"
Wow.
So it's the thing about domestic violence is there's no face.
There's no face. That's
There's
right.
There's no
That's
black,
so
there's
true.
no white, there's no man, there's no woman, there's no lesbian, there's no gay, there's no face. Now if Samson can get taken out by, this didn't just start.
Yes. Yes.
Samson got defeated by a woman.
Delilah.
Delilah. Yeah. She found out what his
Samson
weakness
was not defeated by an army, but by a single woman.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
The last thing God created was a woman. The best is always last.
Come on now.
A chess game. Who is the most powerful player on this chess game?
The queen.
She can move anywhere on that board. She's responsible for keeping the king,
That's
and
right.
yet conquering the other side, because she has what is in her to do it.
That's right.
A woman can say things to a man and destroy him for the rest of his life.
That's so true.
A woman can say things to a man that will build him for the rest of his life.
That's right.
A woman has the power is like nitroglycerin. Uncontained, she can explode it and make a huge hole. Contained, place it in a rocket, she can send a rocket to the moon. Because she's powerful. That's why he created woman to be a helper.
That's right.
She can help destroy, or
Or
she can help create.
That's so true.
But whatever she does, she's going to do something. That's why she's got to be careful of her words.
That's right.
She's got to be. She's the responsible of the house. Though her husband is the head of the wife, notice he ain't the head of the house.
That's so true.
Why is that? So I admonish any woman, every woman, that has that responsibility. But I also want to help the men who have been destroyed by a careless
Woman.
woman.
So tell me, what do you do to help that man?
First of all, you let him know he's not alone.
Yeah.
That you've been there. I know it's like to be slapped in the mouth. I know it's like to be punched. I know it's like to be kicked in the groin. I know it's like to be spit up on. I can relate. So you're not weak.
Right.
You're not weak. And though you were a victim, you will be victorious. I don't let men stay victims, because that's the worst place to leave a man, is in a state of victim.
Because it lowers their self-esteem.
Lowers his self-esteem, and if he cannot get past being a victim, then he will not thrive.
And then you said something about the woman. The Bible says a woman that is wise will build up her house.
Right.
You know,
And an unwise
and
man
would tear it down.
That's right.
And then with wisdom is used. A woman is supposed to have the wisdom because that's God's right hand. It's wisdom.
But I see so much in this marriage. There's so much in this marriage.
I will say that it is a process, because when we met, to hear this story, your mind go, you a man though, like, wait, what? A woman was, but I remember when I met him, and I told my spiritual mom, y'all, I didn't know it was me. Okay, I'm gonna put this out here on this camera. I told her, I said, whoever marries him and love him to the core of who he is, he'll give her the world. I didn't know I was talking about me, because see, you know, I kind of had my own, what I wanted, what I wanted, and
With a husband.
yeah, so when he came to the doorstep, when I was in my pajamas, y'all, I was like, wait, no, God, the devil is a lie. This ain't it. But the thing about it is love, and that's what was missing and was taken from him. To see a wounded man, it's not easy. It truly is God's love, because of the devastation and the words, and you go through this cycle with low self-esteem, and then you go through this cycle with not trusting, and then you go. So when a woman is abused, there's something about her, she fights back differently.
Yes.
But when a man is abused, it's catastrophic.
Yes.
It's a silent killer. It's devastating.
It's like
a
they
woman
go
will
into a
bounce
shell.
back. She has her moments, but it's something about her that I've seen in other women, they just literally bounce back with this determination. And they go after God differently. A man don't really go after God when he doesn't. He just, because they deal with their manhood has been broken. And only thing that literally will build it is true love. And I've noticed that. But once it's built, it's like
They suffer castration.
How did you know that you loved her? How did you know? How did you know?
I remember. I remember. Well, one thing happened that I felt the presence of God. And I had never, ever, I've been in a relationship with God, so I knew his presence. You know? But I had never felt his presence in a relationship.
Okay.
So, though me and you sit in the car, I never felt God's presence. Then when I got remarried to another woman, I never in that whole relationship felt the presence of God. But here, me and you in the car, and I feel the presence of God. That was the game changer.
His presence.
His presence.
And you know what? The Bible say that God is love.
Yes, he is.
So not only did you feel his presence, but you felt his love. And you felt his love through your wife. And that's the difference about having a marriage.
Yeah.
When you have a marriage and that presence is in your marriage, you can build on that. Just like
That's
you guys are building your family
That's right.
and how things are building for you now.
That's right.
That is totally, I applaud you.
Yes.
Because it takes a bigger man to sit here and give your story.
Yes.
It takes a bigger man to
Yeah.
do that. And that shows where God has brought you from that pit and got you in your palace now. So I applaud you.
right.
But it is what it was.
It is what it was.
And
That's right.
so God has brought us all from our pit
to
our
the
palace. So
Yeah.
you know what? I want to thank you from anointed and obedient vessels of God's ministry,
Thank
for
you.
Talk with the Sisters, for allowing us to
come.
come and to be a part of your palace experience.
Thank you.
I want to thank God for allowing you to give me some hope. You know?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna go there. Well, I start to say something, but I'm gonna hold my tongue. Well, I tell you, I got a big mouth. I tell you, but I tell you when we stop taping, okay? But we want to just say thank you for allowing us to come. But I want
you for
you
coming.
to look into that camera, and I want you to close us out with saying something to somebody, to some man that would encourage him.
Well, I thank God for you, first of all. Your life is meaningful and purposeful. You don't have to wait till you have a gun in your mouth to make that decision. You don't have to wait until you're sitting in a prison because you've just snapped, crackled, and popped. You don't have to wait until the pain is beyond the point of containment. You can, right now, stop and ask for help.
Yes.
Ask for help. You are not alone. This didn't just start. It didn't start with you, and it ain't gonna end with you. It didn't even start with Samson. But it's in the Bible
Yes.
to let us know that there's nothing new under the sun.
right.
Don't feel ashamed. Don't feel like you're less than a man, broken down. None of that. You are who God created you to be, and that is a man
Yes.
of God.
Yes.
Amen.
Amen.
Shannon, close us out with a word.
We thank you for being such a dynamic king.
Yes.
We thank you for this time. We thank you for this intersection of time with you.
Yes.
We thank you for your presence and your glory. God, we thank you because you are truly love and you love us and we love you.
Yes.
So God, we ask you to watch over everyone who has listened and watched.
Yes.
Allow them to see they are great because you created them to be great.
Yes.
We thank you for the other sister
Yes.
being healed.
Yes.
No weapon formed against her shall prosper.
Yes.
God, that she is up and moving and ready to go for the
Yes.
next taping.
Yes.
God, we give you glory in
Yes.
advance because you've already done it.
Yes. Thank you.
And we
Lord.
just bless your name.
Thank you, Jesus.
And we just ask that this love just flow all through the camera
Yes.
and flow all in the homes of others.
Yes.
Because your love is so amazing.
So amazing.
And it is so beautiful. And it is true freedom.
Yes.
And we thank you for it. In Jesus' name.
Jesus'
In
name.
Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you for joining Talk with the Sisters. See you next time.
Go to our website, Talk with the
Three.
Sisters. Talk 3.
Sisters.org. Talk3sisters.org. And also, don't forget, April 19th, Tulsa, Oklahoma, with Princess Jones and Pastor Millard. Bishop William Murphy will be in the house. Hope to see you there. God bless.
This episode of Talk with the Sisters was brought to you by Anointed and Obedient Vessels of God Ministry. Video production services was provided by Excel Video Productions out of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma.